Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's water change day. The first step is to get your siphon going, which always takes me just a couple seconds to get started. People don't really talk about how these jars, they're so small and they're really hard to work in. So I really advise that if you are to set one up, kind of like I did, you get one of the siphons that has the pump to start. It'll be a lifesaver. But I'm too cheap, so I bought the $5 one. There's a reason that it is $5, but it gets the job done. I'm just siphoning up all of the detritus that is on top of the sand at the bottom of my tank. I'm not doing a really hard clean today. I'm just trying to replace some of the water. See, a lot of people think that just because your water looks crystal clear, you don't need to do a water change. And it's really important to do a water change regardless of how clear your water is, and wipe down the sides like I'm doing here for increased visibility. As we know, plants absorb a lot of nutrients from the water, so we have to replenish that water source so that they can be able to uptake more minerals from the actual water, not just from your fertilizer, which you should be dosing too if that's what you're looking into doing. But new water is so important. And speaking of new water, I laid down some plastic just to keep too much of my aquascape from being disturbed. Also, just a tip, remember to unplug your heater if you have one in your aquarium way before we get to this step. I'm filling this in with some water that's roughly 76, 78 degrees Fahrenheit to match the inside of the aquarium water. And now I remove the bag and tidy up a little bit inside. And then remember, we must add our fertilizer at this step. Measure out your fertilizer using a pipette for a small jar like this. And when you're all done, make sure you squeeze some of the excess fertilizer from inside of the pipette to make sure you get every precious drop, just like this. And yeah, so let's take a look at my floating plants. They're looking gorgeous. Pretty soon I'm going to pull out the heater and the filter, and I can't wait to see it as a self-sustaining little aquarium. Give your jar a couple minutes to settle, and it will look absolutely crystal clear in a couple minutes. I keep this jar at work, so it needs to be as low maintenance as possible, and I think it's doing amazing. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching me clean up this beautiful little jar, and until next time.